Okay, we are back to recording yet another podcast of two idiots talking about Bigfoot, but not really, because that's not mostly what we talk about. Alright, Nick, what's been going on in your life?
School.
Same.
Yeah.
Relatable content. I got midterms.
Yeah. Last time we recorded, it was like the day before I started. Now it started. You have midterms. I'm only on my second week.
Yeah. Because I'm on a quarter system and you're a semester system.
Yeah. Every time you're like, gotta do midterm to do, I almost have a heart attack because I'm like, it's only the second week. We're on midterms. It's week 2 for me. And they're like, well, we go to different schools, so.
Yeah.
Next semester, when you say we have midterms, we're like, fuck, we really do, because we'll be at the same school at that point.
So I had to fix a fence. That was really nice. Because as you're aware, but most of our audience isn't, where we live, we had 60-mile-per-hour winds.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I lost a big chunk of my fencing.
I'm also aware. People cut corners building fences around here.
Oh.
Huge ones.
Yeah. So...
I mean, sometimes I don't even think I have a fence.
So many people out there who understand how fences work. This will sound stupid, but I didn't know how a fence works. I thought you just got like pieces of wood and you just stuck them in the ground and they was good. I didn't realize that you put like 8 feet of fucking concrete into the ground.
Well, yes. How else are you
gonna
stabilize it?
I know that now. It makes sense in my brain, but I didn't know that.
If you just stick it in the ground and just like, oh, it's like a foot in, we're good. It's gonna be worse.
Well, anyway, I had to dig that up, and I was like 0 upper body strength. So that was just an absolute pain to go grab a shovel and dig up the concrete and then have to re-put a fence in. Way too much work. Hate storms. And it was really weird, mostly because like I had woken up at like 1 p.m. because I'm lazy. And my mom comes and gets me. He's like, AJ, I need your help. And I was like, okay. And I come outside. She's like, all right, now make a fence. I'm just like, I'm the least qualified to do this job.
And you became qualified.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
I mean, luckily,
did you use a pickaxe?
I did get the yeah. For the concrete, and I needed to break it. I got a pickaxe out, and what I learned is when you hit concrete with a pickaxe, it makes sparks. And so our next door neighbor is a construction worker, so he was like helping me do all the stuff. I'll be honest, he actually like did most of it just because he was smarter than me.
Because he knew what to do.
Like I did a lot of the physical labor with him, but like he had to tell me how to do everything because I'm stupid.
Yeah. And he has the brains. You were just like somewhat of the brawn.
Yeah. And so anyway, breaking, the concrete was like just funny because like sparks flew and he got to just laugh because I seemed so surprised by it. I was like, we can make fire.
That's your caveman brain going. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, fire.
Ooh, fire.
Boonga fire.
I don't know if the storm had any effect on you, but that's the main effect it had on me. Well, also my internet went out for like a day.
Yeah, the internet went out. No, luckily, we started fixing our fence back like when I was in middle school, so it's a bit sturdier than most other fences. And like everyone else, like my neighbor, like does, I don't know, whatever it is they do to fix their fence. I don't know what goes on in their backyard. They're doing constant construction back there though.
My mom was actually pretty happy about it because she's been complaining to my dad for like a long time that she wanted new fencing. And so the storm knocking down half of it was just like the biggest excuse of being like, I get what I want.
Reminds me of when we used to live on base. We had a shed, and a storm hit, and the shed was gone the next day.
What?
It was wrapped around our neighbor's tree.
I'll say, like, we've had, like, our trash cans get blown down the street before, but, like, never just lost a shed.
We've had our umbrella go down the street once. I remember back in high school when I was walking with James, and it was raining. It wasn't, like, a storm, but, like, you don't want to leave your trash cans out, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking down the street, and I was like, oh, man, like, because there's trash cans slipped into the streets. Like, what asshole left their trash cans out in the rain? As we got closer, I was like, fuck, I'm the asshole that left the trash cans out. It's my job to bring them in. Forgot to do that.
Yeah, I had a neighbor like a few doors down lose their trampoline.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was like, that ended like 3 streets down over, so like it wasn't immediate like our trash cans were like, oh, it's just down there. that was like a whole adventure to be like, where did a trampoline go? Like, where do trampolines disappear to during storms?
I mean, same thought process when we walked out that one day and I told you the
Shed
shed was
is
just gone. It's
gone.
like, where'd the shed go? And you look down, like turn left, look, and it's like, oh, it's wrapped around the neighbor's tree in the backyard.
Yeah, so
Storms be wild sometimes.
other than that, it's been a lot preparing for a spite raid.
Yeah, Destiny.
Yeah. So,
Spite raid.
for reference, I hate Destiny
Me too.
with a passion.
I only occasionally play it because I play on PlayStation with my friends, even though I prefer Xbox, and I really love Halo. And Destiny's the closest we'll ever get to Halo on PlayStation.
Which is sad because Destiny's so bad.
Because it's so bad. It's just one big grind.
Yeah, I don't understand the story at all.
Somewhat. I don't know though.
I kind of understand.
I understand the light thing and the dark thing. Everything about like all the different races, I'm like, I don't care. Because I don't know, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like we played Forsaken and there's just a giant mouth thing at the end. You didn't see it. They called it a meatball. They said that I would hate it because of a meatball after this, and I was like, I kind of enjoy the meatball. That's what they called it. Like the mouth of Ribbon, I think it was called. Apparently, is who we're gonna fight in the raid.
Yeah. I actually did see that because that's the one cutscene they made me not skip.
Oh yeah, that's right. But you didn't. Oh well, you did fight it then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. But you didn't do the end. Yeah, and then after that, it becomes one big grind.
Well, the only thing I didn't do was the very end. Where it's like, okay, kill a bunch of people for your.
Oh, so about that. So you have to kill a bunch of people.
Yes.
Go back, talk to the spider dude.
So I don't think our audience will give this.
Did you already go through those weird sectors to get the 3 rings?
Yeah.
So you have to do that, kill the people, which took me like 5 to like 10 times just running through the same section to get it because there's just a specific location.
So that's where I got to. I did that like twice, and I was like, Kyle, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, you let Kyle do it. And then after that, you have to go to a different planet and wait for a powerful enemy to appear, whether it be like in a random event or just they'll randomly spawn, and then kill him. I got lucky and I was like, I'm just gonna wait because I was told the public event's gonna happen here by Kyle and Katie, so I'm just gonna sit on this building. And I looked to my right and there's a dude with the correct health bar. I went, nope, I'm gonna fucking kill him and leave. I'm done with this game.
Yeah. So anyway, Spite Raid.
Spite Raid.
Reference. So
don't know what's going on.
We hate Destiny, but the only times we actually play Destiny is Spite. So. First time around, it was one of our friends just wouldn't do a raid with another one of our friends. We were like, okay, so we'll get it done just to spite him.
I mean, hold on. He was going to do it. He invited him. He said yes. And he was told yes. But then he went, but you have to do it right now.
Yeah.
And our other friend was like, well, I can't do it right now. And so the first friend was like, all right, we're going to do it without you. He filled in the slot. And so our second friend came and was like, we fucking did that. And then we came up with the brilliant idea of, because it's a free game, it's a base game raid, we went, well, we'll spite raid with you. We don't know what we're doing, but it can't be that hard. It wasn't that hard. It glitched, and then one of our other friends was lagging, but we got it done.
So now we're on to another spite raid.
This one we had to pay for.
Yeah.
You had a weird situation when you bought the Forsaken DLC, because it made you start playing the other one that you don't own.
Yeah. But, so, our friend Rosemary, I think I can name drop her, she'll be cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
she said she'd be in the Bigfoot video.
Yeah, she's gonna be on here later, so like, who cares? Basically, people were getting angry at her when she was trying to play Destiny, and so we were like,
one person singled her out.
Yeah, so we were like, fuck them, we're gonna just do it better than they can.
Yeah.
So here's us two idiots who hate the game that don't really know how to play it are gonna go prove that we can do it even better than her group of friends. So we've spent like a few days on that now.
The thing is though it was actually for the most recent DLC raid or whatever, the most recent one. And at first we were like, yeah, we'll spend money, and then we looked at how much the Beyond Light DLC I think it is cost, which is like $50, and we're like, okay, so we're gonna reevaluate our statement.
Yeah.
We're willing to spend half that.
It's not that we don't have money, it's that $50 is a lot of money for a game we already own and dislike.
Yeah. Like, we're willing to spend half that because we can still use the other half of that money for other things we do like.
Yeah.
Or need. And then luckily, because we play on PlayStation, they do like a monthly sale. The DLC we need was half off, so it was just $12.
I will say, so we had this discussion the other day, so for those who don't know what Destiny is, so instead of like just making like oh, we're gonna make a third game now. They just keep updating the same game over and over again.
Yeah.
So what happened is to make new content, they had to erase a lot of their old content.
To quote a friend, I just purchased the base game price to get removal of all the old content.
Yeah.
I paid to get content removed.
I paid $50. If you pay that $50, you pay $50 to get most of your old game deleted.
You lose the first 3 DLCs and all those planets.
So like you're paying $50 to get a game you already own to have less game to play.
Imagine buying a game and then buying a DLC, and that DLC says, okay, so you know how the game came with this campaign? Like imagine buying Halo, like a Halo game, right? And it has the whole, like Halo 4, because that had Spartan Ops, and you buy the Spartan Ops DLC or whatever, and it goes, so you know how there's the Halo 4 campaign and the Spartan Ops campaign? You bought Spartan Ops, so Halo 4 no longer exists on Halo 4 disc. It's all Spartan Ops now.
So that's how stupid that is. Oh god. What else happened my week that I'm allowed to talk about on a podcast without people getting angry at me?
I mean, we can talk about the video game series that we want to do.
Oh yeah. Katie and you have a whole video game series you want to do together.
So our friend Katie, who does play Destiny, doesn't play games very much.
Yeah. She's a
so-
small girl with a lot of like I don't know. She's a little, what do you say, airheaded?
I guess we're all kind of airheaded though.
Oh yeah, we're all stupid. I don't know how to think about it.
I mean, you didn't know how to go to a different planet in the game at one point.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm kind of stupid. I'm not saying she's stupid.
Well,
like,
I'm just saying
stupid.
you saying that is on par with us saying, Katie, get in the car and bring it down during the GTA heist. And you're going, so you need me in the car or out of the car?
Look,
they're on the same level.
I didn't
right now,
play the
so.
game before.
But she doesn't play many like AAA games, I guess you could say, besides Destiny, because that is a AAA game.
Yeah.
You know, she plays Destiny like Minecraft and Borderlands. That's about all I ever see her play.
Literally all she's like played.
She's played Dead by Daylight. I wouldn't say it's a AAA game though. But me and James had the popular idea of like.
Our friend Yalmaz, who was on the first video we ever did.
He's the one that filmed us.
Yeah.
In the intro video for the other channel, we came up with the bright idea to, well, let's just pick a handful of games and start having her play through them.
And so that's just gonna be a series for us now, is having this girl having to learn about all the video games we kind of like played growing up.
Because she's doing the thumbnail art and she doesn't know anything about these games. She's looking at a single image, usually the cover art, and trying to draw everything based off that, which leads to some very funny results. So I came up with another idea of, we're just gonna show her an image from like a game and go draw it from like memory.
Yeah.
And see how that turns out.
Oh yeah, she's like the world's most talented artist, by the way. She got into a bunch of art colleges, and 10 out of 10, like, most talented person I know.
Yeah.
So I want to make that clear, like when I call it air, like I am too, and she's just the most talented person on the planet. So like, ain't no hate, like love that
It's just
person.
so funny seeing all this talented art, and like sometimes it's like, so she drew the we're gonna do prototype, and she did the thumbnail for it, and on the cover for the first one, it's Alex Mercer with the sword arm, for those of you who played it, and you know there's like random holes in the arm occasionally, and she was like, I don't know if those are eyes or if those are holes, so she drew it with eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's good art, but like when you're like a fan of the season, you're like, why are there eyeballs?
Yeah.
Like, it was a 50-50 shot whether it was eyes or holes, and I thought eyes looked cooler.
Yeah, that's not gonna. I'm not gonna be overly involved in that one. That's really just gonna be Nick and her going through, and that's gonna be on the TBJ channel.
Yeah.
Team Bush Junk.
Yeah. You know, if we have an audience by then, suggestion would be nice for
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah. What do you guys got planned at the moment? It's a
yeah,
prototype,
yeah,
obviously.
It's a prototype. I want to take her through Half-Life. That's a picture. I went to look for a different picture, and it was you.
Ah,
When I
let's
sent
look
to
at
her
this.
the other day. She called you Bigfoot. And I know Half-Life. I want to bring her through. The problem is
You're gonna play Fallout, right?
we're gonna play Fallout. Yeah, at least 4, maybe New Vegas, because you have access to that on PlayStation 4.
Love New Vegas.
New Vegas is great. So the problem is that she only has the PlayStation 4. And she has a PC, but like it's not high-end one, so we can't do many of the bigger games on it.
Yeah.
So the problem is how are we gonna like? I guess we'd have to stream it through Twitch to her.
Yeah. How are you gonna get her to play Halo?
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to play Halo.
I mean, I guess if I wanted, if I wanted, I could just ship the old Xbox One I have out to her.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, here you go.
For us,
So like my family uses that as a DVD, even though there's another thing out there to play DVDs.
she lives nowhere by us, by the way. Is one of our biggest problems. She used to.
She
We went to high school
literally,
together.
like we could literally walk to her house. Used to all the time.
Yeah. Now she lives in Arizona, away from us.
Our houses made a 90-degree angle and like how they were related. We made a triangle, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah. So LA Noir's one.
Oh, she's really looking forward to being a detective. I remember her telling me that.
Maybe God of War. She'll finally go through Red Dead 2 and GTA. She finally agreed to go through GTA story.
She plays GTA along with us like all the time to get
Online,
heists
yeah.
done, but she just doesn't play the story.
Story-based games.
And also due to that, based her like lack of playing video games and lack of playing the story to GTA, she just doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah. So she doesn't. So I drive her around pretty much. I'm most of the time.
Pretty
it's
much
me.
exclusively.
I get in the car. Next thing you know, the other door's open and she's getting in. I'm like, all right, like I'll take you, sure. Like it's really no hassle to me until it becomes a hassle in the heist, like the motorcycles. Though that was just kind of bullshit how many things were spawning on us at the time. But we're like, you know, if you played the story,
You'd
learn how to drive. In fact, like the first thing you do is learn how to shoot and learn how to drive, because those are like the two core mechanics of the game. And eventually she's like, yeah, I just, you know, the setting of it doesn't like apply to me. It's like, why is it like too modern for you? Is it like, because like, you know, I know we all live in like the modern world just like the game does, but like we're not getting in shootouts with gang members like every other day.
Yeah.
She got hit. I don't know if she got Hitman yet. I think she did. She got Absolution.
Before we skip over GTA, I would just like to say there was one particular mission, because I have to get this out there, where you, me, Gary were all stealthily sniping people.
I think we brought this up before.
Did we?
I think
on
so.
the podcast?
I think so. Might have been the first one. Well, we'll tell the story again anyways, because it's just funny to bring up.
People probably didn't watch our first one anyway.
You know, I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them if they didn't watch this one.
Yeah, we needed to fix our sound quality. I mean, we got it better today than it was on the second podcast.
Yeah.
First
Go
one.
on with the story, though.
Yeah. The three of us were out stealthily sniping a bunch of people, and she's like in the background because we left her at a car that needs to be driven by, and she's just like, "So do you guys want me in the car or?"
Yeah. We cleared the path and we're like, "All right, Katie, come on down." She goes, "So do you need me in the car, outside the car?" And we're like, "Well, we need the car, so preferably inside."
How
the
do
car.
I turn off the lights in the car?
Oh yeah, because there's an EMP in the back that's just always on.
Yeah. And so it's like she had like this like crisis of like what she does with the car while we're killing people, and we're like, "Katie, if we're gonna be honest, we love you, but you are having the most minor problems."
We wanted to do Heavy Rain with you.
Oh.
Jaden FBI.
Norman Jane,
He never has that accent ever again.
Yeah. Norman Jane has like a Jersey accent for like his first scene, and then it's gone
for
forever.
Heavy Rain, because I know we all love it because it was free on PS Plus at one time. I would say have Katie play through it. I'll be honest, the controls in that game are god awful, so I have a feeling she'd get everyone killed.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I have a little faith in her. Plus,
it's not that I don't have faith in her. I don't have faith in the controls.
You and me have already played it though. Like she's got to be the one. Because the point of the series is to have people play games that they haven't played before.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you're really not. It's just quick time events though.
Yeah.
It's very story driven.
True.
I mean, she's gonna play LA Noire. She bought it. She's gonna play it. I think when I told her about LA Noire, I was like, it's made by the same people who made GTA. It's Rockstar Games. You know, it's 40s detective work. You know, sometimes there's shootouts. I was like, it is driving based, but if you hold down the button to get into the car, the AI drives you instead.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sold her on it.
She's like, a video game where I don't have to drive?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shadow of the Colossus. One of the best games I've ever played. Sleeping Dogs.
You know, I never really played Sleeping Dogs.
I love Sleeping Dogs.
Well, I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Your love is requited. Gonna take us through the order. 1886, that beginning PS4 game.
She'd ever play like Assassin's Creed Valhalla at one point.
Yeah.
Except it was
She
kind of
plays
long.
Assassin's Creed though a lot.
Yeah, she just has.
That is
like,
one of
the
her series
nuance.
she likes.
Yeah,
'Cause she likes the whole stealth segments of it.
it's a lot.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But Valhalla doesn't work very well because they can see through walls.
Well, Valhalla is just a glitchy game in general.
It is a very glitchy game. It's also just a very confusing story. I know you haven't gone through it, but man, when you get to the end of that game, you're like, what is happening?
I'd say I'm like a fourth of the way through it at the moment. I think. I don't know. You just like level 400 is the cap right, and like level 100 right now.
I look right there. It says Assassin's Creed series.
Oh.
I guess that's the whole series though. I mean, from 1 to now.
Well, I like to think she's played 1 and 2.
I know she's played 2. I don't know if she's played 1.
Oh. Well, there you go.
You know how many people? Well, I guess if you're like, I guess a lot of people did because it's the first, so it's what made it popular. I love 1. I love Altair.
Just doesn't have as much character development as Ezio.
Though to be fair, when they were making the game, it was originally going to be a Prince of Persia co-op game.
Yeah.
And then they changed it, which is fine. I like Assassin's Creed 1. I like the setting. I hope one day we go back to the Crusades in that game. I hope we see Altair again. Doom. And take her through Doom.
Nice.
I don't think we can have her play that one. Like, physically play it. I think I'd probably have to be the one
Probably.
to do that.
Should I just have like game share with you?
Yeah. Diablo 3, which is multiplayer, so.
Why are you guys going through that one, both of you?
I've never finished Diablo 3.
Oh, you haven't?
I've gone on like the second chapter and and I'm done. You know how I'm always like, I get to the Boo Saga?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, and I never finish. I get to that desert city, and I go, there's nothing past this.
Oh, I guess that's another thing. I got angry at you more this week.
Because I brought up Kakarot, I was like, yeah, I got to the Boo Saga and stopped.
Yeah. In the video game, you stopped at
So
the Busa.
let me explain this. So we're all big Dragon Ball fans here, right? And I love Z, but the problem is I've technically never finished Z. Like when I was like 4 or 5, when it played like on Toonami or whatever, at the end of the day, I'd catch bits and pieces of the Boo Saga, and I was like, man, I really like this weird pink dude flying around punching people. At the time, I now know it's Super Boo. And I was like, man, I really want to know what's going on. But I never caught the name of the series. I was like 4, I don't remember. And eventually, like, Kai came out. And then, like, Evolution. And Evolution is what made me realize, I was like, oh, Dragon Ball's in it. I was like, I remember because he turned into the
By
big
Evolution,
monkey.
do you mean like the movie? Or
Yeah, the
Well,
live
that
action.
movie was god awful.
It was god awful,
So you
right?
said you
But,
didn't
like,
watch it.
well, I watched it when I was, like, 11 when it came
Sorry
out.
for 11-year-old you, he suffered.
No. See, I was like, this is kind of a stupid movie. But then I looked, and I was like, man, I remember seeing like this ball, and I remember seeing, and I was like, man, you turn like a big monkey at the end. And then I remember when in original Dragon Ball, when you turn into the Great Ape, and I thought he was dead because Roshi blew up the moon.
Yeah.
And just reversed him, and they're all dying. I remember like Bulma crying. I was like, oh shit. The series I've been looking for like 11 years of my fucking life is called Dragon Ball. And then I was like, fucking Kai is out right now. So I watched Kai.
Yeah.
And then I got to when they beat Cell. Stopped watching it. Because it didn't keep, it aired, but like, it didn't keep airing when I was trying to watch it. Because, I was like 11 or 12, going to middle school.
The point is, he never watched the Boo Saga. He
So
reads the
then-
manga.
So I do read the manga, so I got the streaming site, and I was watching it on there, and then I got to the part where like they fucking shanked Gohan for his energy
Yeah.
at the tournament, and then the streaming site got taken down. I was like, okay, how can I watch this? And then I was like, well, I don't want to pay for Funimation for one series.
Yeah.
So in theory, I could get a free trial just to watch it, but that's a hassle for me anyways. I'm lazy. And then I was like, I'm gonna get the whole manga set for Dragon Ball. And I started reading it, and I got up to the Boo Saga, and I stopped. I don't remember why. I stopped because I went to do something else. I think I started reading JoJo or watching it at the time, and that took priority.
And then you bought the video game Kakarot.
I bought the video game, Kakarot, and I got to the Boo Saga, and I stopped playing because I'm pretty sure we were gonna do the Spite Raid.
So, I hate him. I hate
Hold
that.
on, I'm not done.
What?
I bought the whole DVD set.
I'm gonna hit him.
I own the whole series of Dragon Ball Z. I just never opened the case for the Boo Saga to watch it.
I'm gonna hit you. So, point being, he just for some reason he's also seen
Oh,
things
wait.
that haven't passed the Boo Saga because he's watched Super.
Wait, yeah. Well, so there's also a mobile game called Dragon Ball Legends, and it's basically just like a retelling with a different character, say named Shallot in there. Right, that's the story mode, and it's basically like just the same thing. You go through and fight, Raditz, then Vegeta, Nappa, then Frieza, and I get to the part where they introduce Boo, and then I stop playing the story in it.
What is your hatred for Boo? I don't understand.
I like the Boo Saga from what I've seen. It's just I'm fucking cursed when I get to it. I can't go past it. For some reason, something else comes up. I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna take my attention.
You just have a mental block that prevents you from seeing the Boo Saga.
I see a pink ball of gum walking around punching.
Most
Goku,
of the
and I'm
things
like,
he
"Ah."
knows from the Boo Saga is just stuff he's been told. Like, I had to tell him how they got out of the hyperbolic time chamber.
They screamed.
Yeah.
You guys know that? And then later that night, I was on YouTube and it popped up in my recommend. It was like, thanks for spying on us, guys. I guess I'm caught up on JoJo.
You're caught up on JoJo.
I beat you watching JoJo.
Yeah, I started before you. You finished it before me. But I'm all the way caught up. Well, at least the anime now. You know I don't believe in reading.
Yeah, I was a little bit ahead on the manga, and then I was like, I think I'd just rather wait to see this animated. Apparently, Netflix is getting the
Rohan.
side. I swear, if they put that on there and not Part 4 on the Netflix,
Part 4 spinoff.
I'm
but
gonna
no
be
part
so
4.
confused.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Rosemary, because our friend, as we mentioned before, Rosemary, she's now watching JoJo. We made an agreement. I'll watch Game of Thrones, that I've never watched before. She'll watch JoJo. And she started watching it, so I have to keep up with I got to season 2, and she's now on part 2. So I'm going to keep up with that.
The only difference being, for her, she only has to watch 5 parts versus you have to watch 8 seasons. Specifically, the 8th season being awful.
Yeah. But, I'm fine with that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so imagine her finishing part 3 on Netflix. Because it's going to come on, like, in the next 2 weeks, the spinoff.
Yeah.
It gets there, like, the 14th or something. And, imagine her finishing part 3, and then what's next up is the Rohan one. And she's like, who the fuck are you? It's a headband, by the way.
I'm aware.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we have a friend that always argues, for those who have seen JoJo, maybe not all of you have, there's a character named Rohan that he has like a streak in his hair that's a headband.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously a headband, but one of our friends just keeps arguing that it is his part of his hair. And it physically makes me want to hurt myself. Basically.
I just can't tell if he's doing it to spite us or like he actually believes
We
it.
are a petty group, so like I can't blame him.
Well, who said it first though? Did he say that it was the headband or his hair first, or
He said it was his hair first.
I'm sorry, maybe he just believes it.
I don't know.
I don't know. When it comes to us, we're just spiteful.
I guess speaking of TV shows,
WandaVision.
WandaVision's the show we've been watching together. Because anytime we get together to do this podcast, right beforehand, we watch WandaVision together. The day after it comes out, and so we've been totally lost.
Yeah. Last thing I watched I guess I watched Far From Home. But it's not really related to the story of WandaVision or Endgame or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, started watching WandaVision. Man.
Man's that all you gotta say about that?
I don't want to say anything and spoil it. It literally just came out like.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Anyone, just go watch WandaVision. It's actually a really good show. Just to give you a heads up, if you're like a fan of sitcoms, that's what you're gonna get somehow.
Yeah. I don't know how long.
But I have been lost because the show has been a sitcom, and that's not really what I expected out of a superhero show. But you're right, no spoiling for any audience. It just came out. Bless. What else? Oh, I've been talking to Kyle about investments a lot lately, because I try not to like tell too much about my life, but I do know a lot about investing in accounting.
I don't.
Yeah. So, with GameStop been trending a lot lately.
Gamescom.
I feel like a lot of people don't actually understand what's been going on because they don't understand what shorting stock is. So, to basically explain what has been going on, so there's this long time practice of doing this thing called shorting stock. So, what people will do is a guy named a hedge fund manager, which is just a fancy title for a guy who's stupid, will be like, I think this stock's gonna go down. So what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go borrow some of that stock. In this case, GameStop. I'm gonna go borrow GameStop stock from another dude, and I'm just gonna sell it all immediately. So he's gonna sell a bunch of stuff that's not his because he's just borrowing it, which for me I find just to be unethical. So I find shorting stock to be generally unethical. But so those just sell a bunch of stock that's not theirs that they're borrowing, and then they're like, well, I believe the stock's gonna go down, and because so you'll get like a 1 month loan or 1 year loan, and so you have to return the stock that after borrowing it from that person after a certain amount of time, and so when time comes up, because the stock's gone down, or you at least hypothetically should have, you just rebuy it all, you give them back their stock, and you just keep the profit of whatever happened. So what happened here was a bunch of people on Reddit were like, GameStop's really getting shorted. What if we just all start investing in GameStop stock, which drastically just increased the price of the stock? So everyone was shorting it, so when it sold, it was like, oh, it's going to go down. Now it's way up, so they have to return all their stock that they were borrowing, and they're like, uh-oh, it's worth like 10 times more than what I sold it for. So I'm going to lose a bunch of money on this deal. So a bunch of hedge fund managers lost a ton of money on this deal, right? If you want to get this like more properly explained to you, because I know I'm not doing the greatest job all the time, Graham Stefan does a pretty good job of explaining it. Weirdly enough, Ben Shapiro did a pretty decent job of explaining it. Not that I want to like name drop him too much.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. But anyway, so a ton of hedge fund managers lost money, and then Robinhood in response being like, oh man, because Robinhood, the way they make their money is they really just sell all their users' information to people like hedge fund managers. And so because the people who they make money from for selling their information to were very angry at them because most people were doing their investments through Robinhood, they're like, okay, we'll just stop letting people buy GameStop stock on our site, which is not illegal to my knowledge, but highly unethical. Just to be like, okay, we're tired of letting people invest because it's making some other people lose money, so we're just not gonna let you buy it, even though we totally, could. Like that's pretty much against free market. So that's the basic summarization of that. So anyway, that got a couple of my friends into stock because they're like, oh wow, you can really make money based off this. I was like, no, this is like a one-time occurrence. This is like a 1 in a million chance. You don't make a ton of money doing things like this.
Also, like, we're past that grace period of people making the money.
Yeah.
Basically, if you weren't in that initial movement from Reddit to do it, you're not going to make the money.
Yeah. In fact, you're probably going to lose money at this point putting money into GameStop. But
investing is smart in other stocks, but if you're going solely to try to make money quickly based off of the GameStop situation, right now, it's probably not going to work.
Generally speaking, I would say that if your plan is to, I want to get rich quick using stock, like be a day trader, it's not going to work out for you. 99.9% of the time, you're just going to lose a ton of money. Because there is no like get rich fast kind of thing.
To be fair to him, though, he is investing in different stocks, though, so it's not like it's just...
Yeah. I wasn't specifically being like attacking him. I was just letting the audience know.
Yeah.
So the main way I tell people to invest, as someone who's like pretty educated about this, is investing conservatively by putting your money into like mutual funds, index funds, which is basically like the sampler platter of stocks, which is like you buy something and it's got a bunch of different stocks in it. I feel like there's a good portion of our video game audience is like, what the fuck's this guy talking about?
Yeah. We went from talking about how we're gonna do the game series K to stonks.
Well, I feel like people should get educated on the topic a little bit.
Look, guys, we don't know what topics we want to talk about on our channels yet. We're still finding our niche.
Yeah. Why can't we just be like Joe Rogan and talk about whatever we want that day?
So we don't have the Bigfoot chair yet, so we can't have guests. We're not popular enough for that.
We gotta get Young Nugget. Uh-oh, fuck that. I forgot to stay shut.
I wanna, what's his name? He goes like the worst review restaurants. Everyone says you look like him.
Oh,
Philip Solo or something?
Yeah, Philip Solo TV. Yeah, I never thought I looked like Philip Solo TV until I started dating Sam, like that year ago, and then she just kind of like told me, hey, you look a lot like Philip Solo TV, and I was like, I don't even know who that is. And then like I went to school that day, and like I had 2 people came up to me like, you look a lot like Philip Solo TV. I was like, I just learned who that guy was yesterday. And it just became a reoccurring theme. I was like,
eventually, like I showed you the video.
yeah.
I showed you his the guy who can talk to ghosts or whatever. It used to be an ex-cop.
Yeah. Really popular YouTube. And I actually would like to do some of the stuff he does, which is like, I went to the worst reviewed restaurant in my city. I was like, that'd be great.
Favorite quote, no, you weren't an alien.
Or an alien.
That video, it's like, it gets like its dull moment, and then you hear something and you're like, I'm back in, what?
Every time it starts to get boring, he pulls you right back in, and you're just like, this guy's great. Yeah.
I recommend watching him. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of people not steal his content, but like copy his content, like doing like the worst review thing.
That's just kind of what life is on the internet.
Yeah,
if you ever do something innovative, everyone's gonna be like, I'm gonna copy that
It
format.
sounded like more people, like the more popular channels are getting more, what's it called? Views based off of it because they're just the popular.
They're the most popular.
Whereas it was something he did well before they did.
Yeah, I mean, what big YouTubers are really truly innovative anymore? Like maybe you could say Mr. Beast is pretty innovative, I'd say, but he also just created this weird model of
Nicky Jakey. I don't know if he's considered a big YouTuber. Somewhere in their gamers.
Yeah.
He's something. He's really something.
I'd
One
say
of my favorite YouTubers.
PewDiePie used to be kind of innovative because he used
Then
to
everyone
switch
started
genres.
copying him.
Yeah, because he originally was like a video game guy, which he wasn't the first. Obviously, there was other people who were
He was
doing
the
video
big
games.
horror video game.
Yeah.
He popularized the screaming at your monitor wall.
Then he went to like kind of skits videos, which he was definitely not the first on that, but he was like the first person that's really, I'm just gonna change all my content despite being huge. And then now
he changed
commentary.
it over time.
Yeah.
He didn't stick to the same thing. Markiplier also changed his stuff over time.
They always saw what the trends were and switched before they actually changed. So I consider
Sometimes
that
they
innovative.
were the trends.
Yeah.
Arguably, PewDiePie was the trend. I mean, for a while there was a whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing that was a trend, and that is absolutely just him.
And now we're doing a podcast, even though that's just the trend at the moment. So
Yeah.
not too innovative ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
No,
So, we always wanted to do something like this ever
Yeah.
since we had that conversation in Burger King.
Yeah. I'd say the reason podcasts have become trendy though isn't necessarily for money reasons. For me, like wanting to do a podcast with just like a format where you can just talk for a while seems fairly entertaining because you get your own personality out there and you can start talking about topics that you're passionate about.
I mean, I'm glad we do because I get to see like someone outside the fucking house
Yeah.
every week now.
With Corona out there, it's really
I get to actually
hard
talk to you.
yeah.
You know, most of our friends have moved away, so the closest people is each other and James.
Well, now you sound lonely.
Rosemary's around too.
Yeah, but Rosemary only recently started liking me. So
That's true. Also, the last time we went to her house, her dog squared up on me, and then her mom sprayed Lysol everywhere when we left.
For reference,
They wear masks in her house, which I mean, understandable.
our friend Rosemary, her controller was broken. So I was like, I'm gonna go do something really nice for her. So I went out and I bought her a controller. And then we went to her house, and she's got like a dog that Nick's never met before, and dog hated Nick.
The dog was not having it. We accidentally ruined a comp game for her and her friends in Overwatch.
So we were there for like a minute, and dog would not like, stop barking at Nick. So we were like, all right, we're just gonna leave. Here's the controller. Tossed it at her.
She didn't even know we had it until he went, "I'm just gonna take the controller." She referred to you as a that. Like, is it because I'm Indian? So do you have the ingredients for the drinks you want to make on Monday?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
be.
want to talk about that?
Yeah.
How we're gonna try to make cocktails?
Yeah. So
How to drink, guys. That's
another
my
YouTube channel, How to Drink. Great channel. He creates a bunch of alcoholic drinks from various TV shows or just ones that are famous.
Yeah.
And so I'm making.
the story of how they came to be.
Yeah.
The most interesting was that sailing one.
I don't know. Did you watch the Assassin's Creed Valhalla one?
I did.
He gave like the history of Vikings.
Is that who you were talking about when you said that a YouTuber said that they're basically just pirates?
Yeah.
I heard it. I went, man, fuck them. Look, okay, they engage in a type of piracy, yes, but
Take that, nerd. History major
they're-
said Vikings and pirates aren't the same at all.
okay, hold on. They engage in piracy, but like how they do it is very different.
Who cares? Vikings.
Me!
I hate you.
What? Who cares? The man who studies it.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm making it my life career.
So I'm be making one drink called Painkiller, which is, according to him, the cousin of the Pina Colada. That's not from any kind of like TV show or anything.
That's the sailboat one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just
He really liked it.
really liked it. Yeah. It's pineapple juice, orange juice, cream of coconut, which is surprisingly hard to find. I had to go to like 5 different stores to find cream of coconut. Specifically the Coco Lopez one he recommended, and even then on the 5th store I had to like ask a worker there where to find it because like I couldn't find it at all because I went through like every aisle and they put it like in the most inconvenient spot, like on a top shelf above your head.
You need to get the worker to get the ladder to go.
Yeah.
Man, I just want cream of coconut.
So hard stuff.
I didn't think I had to still pick it from a fucking tree.
And then dark rum, and tastes delicious. Tastes kind of like a pina colada, so I understand it. And then the other one,
You said it's like a cousin of it, so it makes
yeah,
sense.
making a fish bowl, which is just a bunch of blue stuff, blue raspberry vodka with blue Kool-Aid, and
I really want to try
With
the
Jolly Ranchers.
virus one you made.
yeah, he uses dry ice in some of his. Otherwise, I would do like more like he has some really weird ingredients. Like there's one drink he made using like edible glitter and dry ice. And I'm like, how am I even supposed to find those things? Where is this located?
This is in a laboratory.
Yeah. I was like, what? I assume he just has to be ordering everything off the internet, which isn't something I typically do. Because I'm not a modern person.
Me neither. I don't like ordering things off the internet.
Yeah, whenever I see people using like Grubhub and stuff, I'm like, you're really paying a premium for someone else to get you the food?
Damn, I'm not that rich, dude.
Like, I'm lazy, but like, I can go get my own food.
Remember that was like that's the wealthy internet, and everyone does it.
Yeah. Uber Eats and all that. And I'm just like when Mr. Beast opened up 300 restaurants, I was like, man, I kind of want to like go eat his food. But then he's like, only can be ordered online. I was like, no.
You know what my Uber Eats is? He comes to my house, knocks on the door, I open, he goes, we're going to get food. I'm like, I guess I have to at this point.
I hear Uber Eats.
I'm already committed. You were so committed to like making me go to get food with you.
Yeah, whenever I go out to eat, I always grab Nick. I'm like, we're going
Even
out.
if I don't eat.
Yeah. Even if he's not hungry, I'm like, you can travel in the car with me.
It always has the funniest memories. I mean, when we went to get I didn't have to go with you to get the controller.
Yeah.
But you're like, let's go. And I was like, sure. I ended up getting a gift for Katie that day. But initially I was like, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna get anything because I don't need to get anything.
I still need to go get a gift for Gary.
For Christmas? Or
No,
for his birthday. His birthday.
It's February. Why would I need a Christmas gift?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I gave Katie like a Christmas gift at the end of January because I was gonna get her JoJo pins.
I told everyone not to get me a Christmas gift, and then a bunch of people did it
So,
anyway.
to be fair, in my case, it was Predator, and like
Yeah.
we all made that deal. Like, hey, like if it's like $10, we'll all play because it's actually fun.
I'm not gonna feel bad about you giving me like a $10 gift. It was just that like Katie spent a bunch of money on me, and I was like, I told her not to.
Continue.
Yeah. And it's like I didn't get her anything for Christmas because we agreed not to get each other anything for Christmas. So it's kind of weird because you can't be angry at someone who's like, you did such nice things for me. How dare you? But like at the same time, it's like,
That was my older one.
yeah. At the same time, I'm just kind of like, man, I didn't do anything nice for you because we agreed on it. So it's like you broke our deal.
Yeah.
So like now I look like an asshole.
Well, like originally, like you know how she likes pins.
Yeah.
I was gonna get her a pin based off of her favorite character for each JoJo part. But the issue is they hadn't even started part 5 by the time December ended.
Do we even know what our favorite character is?
I think she said it's. I think she said Bruno and Narancha.
No, that's just the right choice.
Look, okay. I mean, my favorite character is. You know who it is. You should.
The wrong choice.
How's the wrong choice?
It's not orange. I know your favorite character. It's the villain of the series.
You know, I'm just gonna say one word that'll make you mad and or sad. Wheelchair.
Fuck you.
Turtle.
Yeah, so our week's mostly been video games, Spite Raid, cryptocurrency is like, because we talked about like Bitcoin and Ethereum with Kyle as well, and also Dogecoin, which is also a meme. I'm not going to take the time to explain that one to everyone. Just know that's a cryptocurrency that's really popping off right now that you can invest just a few pennies. Would I recommend it? I'm not smart enough to tell you that.
Because you haven't gotten any information on it,
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot about cryptocurrency and what it is.
It's just specifically Dogecoin.
Specifically Dogecoin, I don't know too much about. I just know a bunch of people are investing in it because of me. I mean, Elon Musk is peddling it on his own Twitter. It's like, everyone invest in Dogecoin. Yeah.
No,
And everyone just listens to Elon Musk because they're like, he's a meme
lord.
He's a meme lord and the richest man on the planet. Like, you're gonna get
CEO, more like Meme-o.
I'll say Elon Musk is reported to be the richest man on the planet, but I don't really believe in it because there's a bunch of billionaires out there that we just don't know exist. Elon Musk is the richest, like, public one, but like, there's princes of countries like in Dubai and just like, I don't know, these super rich people that just do whatever they want.
I'm sure there's really rich warlords out there.
Yeah,
but like they're warlords.
It's also like how you measure currency. Like, they're the most in the U.S. dollars, but like, what if you just have the physical force, as you said, like a warlord, you'd be like, go grab me whatever. Like, you might as well be essentially more wealthy at that point.
Yeah.
Also, Elon Musk allows wealth to like put up in the stock of Tesla, which he wants to continue owning Tesla, obviously, which that's what stock is. It's percent ownership from part of a company, and so he's never gonna sell that. So, because he wants to continue owning the company. So it's not. Does the wealth really exist if it's non-usable? He's never gonna sell the company, so like he's never gonna use that money that he supposedly
wealth
has.
comes from being the owner of that company.
Yeah.
It's the status, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I want to talk about cryptocurrency, Dogecoin. Go invest for the meme if you're a memester. If you want to just make money, I recommend Ethereum, but there you go.
How do you think this phrase?
I think it's be funny as fuck.
I don't know. I don't know how it goes.
When are you even supposed to do that?
I don't know who's on right now.
I don't know.
Excuse us while we check our phones to see who's on for this raid. The only people in the party right now are the Helmet, Gary, and I'm assuming that's Kyle on Katie's account.
Rosemary's on. Looks like she's just on Overwatch.
Yeah, she's in Arson right now. You can't see because you're not in that group. By the way, when I was on the play, because you know when you walked in, I was playing Destiny, like sorting everything out for the raid tonight.
Yeah.
So you know the party screen shows like who's in the party or not.
Uh-huh.
So in TBJ we have 14 people, 2 of which are like the alternate accounts for you and Gary, I think.
Yes.
And then the core members and like various few other people. In Arson and Rosemary's friends group, there's 27 people in it.
You know, in our one PlayStation party that's just the core friends, we have 8 people. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm 2 of those accounts.
Yeah, I'm
so.
pretty sure again that has 2 alternate accounts in it, so like you can subtract a few of those.
Does that mean our friend group is small, or does that mean like we
Well,
just
our
don't
core
have...
friend group, like who we talk to on a daily basis, is small. Like who I talk to on a constant basis is you, Gary, Helms, Katie, James, and sometimes Kyle. Although Kyle's also gone a lot for work.
Yeah.
So that's 6 people. I almost said 7. I'm holding up 6 fingers.
We should. It's like 4 o'clock. We actually should probably get on soon.
How long is the podcast going on for?
48 minutes.
Oh shit.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We got rain to go do.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, and like you like drugs, then I guess do
them.
drugs. Pet pugs, no matter what. Pugs are great. I don't care if you think they're an ugly dog.
I don't have a pug, but I have a Pomeranian pet.
Pet your Pomeranian and eat
Yeah,
nugs,
so
unless you're a vegan. In which case, don't eat nugs. But if you're a vegan, why are you listening to us? We love meat here.
Yeah.
Yeet!